Hello everyone, this is Mystic Goddess with your general reading. So today we're going to see what's behind the silence of the person you are no longer in contact with. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign, so feel free to switch the energies around as needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into these messages. Give me messages please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading. When it comes to the person my viewers are no longer in contact with, what is behind that person's silence? What is behind that person's silence? Two more shuffles. All right. So let's see what comes out here. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have shattered. My goodness. They're feeling broken at the moment and their thoughts are racing. It's giving energy of them having a really hard time when it comes to freeing themselves from the connection that the two of you shared. If they walked away from you, they're regretting it. They're also realizing they could have handled things in a better way. So it's giving a lot of woulda, coulda type of energy. At the top of the deck, we have separation. So yeah, they're deeply affected by the disconnect between the two of you. They feel like they lost their other half. So whether you walked away from them or whether they walked away from you, they're wishing that things would have ended differently. With the shattered glass on this card, it just makes me feel like they're worried about not being able to come back from this. So they could feel like the damage is done. Give me more. They could also be trying to embrace new experiences, but they're still broken. They're heartbroken. We have secret admirer. So they are admiring you from a distance, with the love-hate card being at the bottom of the deck. They're still in love with you, but they hate how you're responding to the disconnect. So it's coming out like they expected you to chase them. At the top of the deck, we have obsession. The distance is actually making them obsess over you. And it's to the point where they catch themselves daydreaming about you at random moments. They also hate that they want you so badly. They hate that they're unable to get over you. With not finished being here, they're trying to convince themselves that it's not permanently over. They still feel as though the two of you have unfinished business with one another. If there has been an ending, they feel like it didn't end on their terms. Or like I said before, they're wishing that things wouldn't have ended the way that they did. I don't know if this person said some things to you that cut deeply, or after the breakup, after the disconnect, they may have done some things intentionally to get under your skin. But yeah, they're in their feelings and they're in their head. Give me more. They're also hiding how they truly feel about you at the moment. We have sacrifice. So they know that there are certain things that they're needing to sacrifice at the moment. Now, this could be a lifestyle. For some of you, it could be a third party. For others of you, it could be toxicity. Whatever they're needing to sacrifice, they're uncertain in regards to being ready. So in other words, they know that they need to make some changes. They know exactly what they need to give up, but they're not completely ready to make those sacrifices. With moving secretly being at the bottom of the deck, they're moving in silence at the moment. It's also coming out like they're trying to convince the people around them that they're happy. But see, in reality, they're in mental conflict. They also want to come toward you, but they're afraid of rejection. So as of now, their thoughts are chaotic. They can't think straight. They're trying to pretend to be happy, but you're always in the back of their mind. So yeah, this is someone who is having a really hard time when it comes to the disconnect. They're also thinking a lot about whether you're happy without them, and that's causing them inner conflict as well. Even though they have been silent, I do see that changing soon. So they could reach out to you out of nowhere. Just make sure that you have your boundaries up. Give me more. But they're definitely still in love with you. It's coming out like they could have control issues, or this is someone who expects you to behave in a certain way. I wouldn't be surprised if they do things intentionally to get a reaction out of you, or if they do certain things to try and manipulate the way that you respond to certain things, all for an ego boost. That's what I'm seeing here. We have main woman. This card is all about capturing someone's attention. They feel as though you're the one that they want. Now, with this card stating main woman, whether you're a male or a female, it's coming out like this person could be entertaining other people, or there's someone in their life at the moment who could be influencing them in some way. Now, it doesn't have to be another romantic partner. Could be a family member or friend. But it's coming out like someone has a really toxic influence over this person. But you have their attention. Some of you are not even aware of it. With deception being at the bottom of the deck, it's coming out like they would lie to you out of fear of the choices you would make. And see, that's where the manipulation comes in at. This person was afraid that if they were to be honest with you in regards to why they were giving you unrequited energy, or why they may have been entertaining other people, they think that if they were to have been honest with you about it, you would make choices to liberate yourself from the connection. So they were afraid of losing you. Therefore, they wore a mask. They may have even led you on when the two of you initially started dealing with one another. They're in a lot of pain at the moment, but there's some deception behind it. And what I mean by that is they could be wearing a mask, making it seem as though they're okay, making it seem as though they've shifted their focus elsewhere. But see, underneath the surface, they're hoping for a miracle. They're also wondering if you've lost hope in the connection between the two of you, or if you've lost hope in making things work. They're also planning on coming in and surprising you. So they could come in out of nowhere at a time that you least expect it, or they could come toward you in an unexpected manner. So yeah, the connection was unrequited between the two of you. I feel like it was unrequited when it comes to being expressive, when it comes to effort, when it comes to loyalty. And they may not have been honest with you in regards to why they were giving you unrequited energy. There seems to be some insecurity here on their part, or this is someone who was afraid that they were not good enough for you. And so instead of being honest with you when the two of you initially got together, they put on a mask and pretended to be someone they're not. They may have even made you think that they were ready for a connection, a traditional connection, when they really were not. For others of you, they may have led you on in regards to what they were capable of providing you. It's almost like they tried to sell themselves off of lies. At the top of the deck, we have gossip. So they are talking about you, okay? Especially to friends or either family members. Right beside that, we have commitment. So there's someone in particular who they're telling that you're the one that they're meant to spend the rest of their life with. But I also feel like this person talks too much. There's someone they tell everything. And I feel like that person, they talk too much. So both of them talk too much. I feel like this person that they're confiding in goes back and tells their business to others. Give me more. So yeah, they definitely misled you, or they strung you along in some way. They were giving you a false perception or giving you a false image of themselves when they knew that it wasn't the truth. It wasn't the true them. So whoever you met is completely different from who you got to know, who you found out that you were really dealing with. We have Chaser, and that card came out crossing. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Runner. So for some of you, this is a twin flame connection. So with the Chaser card coming out crossing, it lets me know that this person may have expected you to chase them, but you may not have, or you didn't do it to the extent that they wanted you to. And some of you have stopped chasing this person, or you have at least gotten the urge to stop chasing because you feel like they're not ready for what you have to offer. With the Ego card being here, it also lets me know that this person lost themselves while trying to save their ego. So they did a lot of things out of ego, out of pride. For some of you, this is someone who may have been playing the field, and whenever they were entertaining other people, they would become distant. Now for others, I just feel like they were not ready to settle down. They were not ready for someone like you. But see, a love like yours comes once in a lifetime. And so now they're worried that they may have shattered their chances of being with the love of their life. For some of you, this person has the mentality of, I'm going to play you before you play me. It's giving that type of energy. Now, that's very specific. Please don't force it to fit. They also played a lot of mind games. They played a lot of mind games with you in order to get little ego strokes. For some of you, they would intentionally distance themselves in hopes of you chasing after them. And that was a part of the mind games that they would play, just to get those little ego strokes. At the top of the deck, we have sacrifice again. So one of the things that they need to sacrifice is their ego. They also need to sacrifice being so avoidant. I feel like they avoid certain things out of ego, or they may avoid you out of spite. It's coming out like there were times when they would distance themselves even though they didn't have a reason to. Give me more. For a few of you, they need to sacrifice another person. Not literally. Ooh, that didn't come out right. Let me repeat that in another way. For some of you, there is someone in their life who has a lot of influence, and they know that they need to either part ways with that person, distance themselves from that person, or they need to sacrifice allowing that person to have so much influence over their life. We have nothing solid here, and that came out in reverse. So they know they could have done more. They know they could have done more. Now, for some of you, this person is trying to level up in some way, because when they do reconnect with you, they want to make it seem as though they've been working on themselves. They've been doing things to make or build a better life for themselves. with superficiality being at the bottom of the deck, whatever they're working on at the moment, or whatever they have to offer you, when they do come back in, it'll be a bit superficial. It'll kind of be surface level. Things that don't really elevate you on a soul level. Like, for example, let's say that the two of you do decide to reconnect and they start to buy you things, or they start to elevate when it comes to the material world. Well, that's kind of superficial. It's also giving energy of this person doing certain things or behaving a certain way to fit in with the people around them. With new beginning being here, when they do come in wanting to have a new beginning with you, you're going to feel as though there's something fake or something kind of shallow about it. It's like this person is just shallow. There's depth to them, but they don't feel comfortable showing you that side. It's like they have a wall up. It's all about what it looks like with them. When they come back in, they're going to be hoping that you'll be willing to forget about the past, take a chance and start all over again. At the top of the deck, we have Empty Sage. See, that's just confirmation of what I was telling you guys about this person not offering you anything that is good for the soul. Now, don't get me wrong. Regardless of what they have given you in the connection, whether it's toxicity, whether it's trauma, whether it's whatever. Now, you can transmute that energy, learn certain lessons, go within and make changes that benefit you, but whatever they give you has to be transmuted, or there's a lesson attached to it. Now, don't get me wrong, the lesson will elevate you on a soul level. The lesson will benefit you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, but you have to make something out of it. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, whatever they offer, it's kind of empty, but if you put in the effort to transmute the energy that they're giving you, go within, recognize certain things about yourself, learn those lessons and apply them, then what they're offering you will benefit you on a soul level. But if you take it, if you take it at face value, if you take it for what it is, it'll be empty. And so you shouldn't have to do all of that. They're also feeling empty without you. They're feeling empty without you. They're emotional and they're feeling a void, like something's missing, and what they feel is missing is you. We also have friendship here. So for some of you, they could come in offering you friendship in hopes of the two of you building from there. Now, for others of you, this person could have friend zoned you, or they may not have wanted to put an official title on the relationship. Could even be that they treated you more like a friend than a lover. They could have put other people over you. Regardless, they're wanting the two of you to reconnect and to have a bond. But for it to be healthy, they have to make those sacrifices. They have to. And they also got to lose the ego. Give me more. What's behind this person's silence? We have playing games. And if you notice, it came out on top of Unrequited and on top of deception. So a part of their deception was playing the mind games. Okay? And also, for some of you, The energy was unrequited between the two of you because you truly saw potential at some point. You saw potential in the two of you actually being able to have a beautiful, healthy, and loving connection with one another. But see, this person was giving you the opposite. It's almost like whatever they were doing or however they were behaving, you may have started to feel like they were just wasting your time. And I feel like you didn't play games to the extent that they did. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of you had some toxic ways too now. All of you, actually, because we all have little toxic things about ourselves. Some more than others. Some have some of you may have played some games too, okay? But I still don't feel like it was to the extent of them because the card fell out on top of the unrequited card. It's almost like, okay, you're going to play with me, so I'm going to play with you. It's giving that type of energy. I feel like initially you had every intention of spending the rest of your life with this person or actually building a healthy connection with them. But once the game started to be played, once you realized that this person was giving you unrequited energy, some of you went tit for tat a little bit. Okay? You may have put on your mask temporarily. But see, it still was somewhat unrequited because I feel like the extent of their games went way beyond yours. With longing being at the bottom of the deck, I'm telling you, they feel like they've lost their other half. They're missing you. But they feel a bit confined by their circumstances at the moment. They also feel like they no longer have the same access to your heart, okay? And I don't blame you. If you have put your guard up, if you just want to be left alone, I don't blame you. This person also restricted their heart space. For some of you, they made you feel alone. There were times when you felt lonely or you felt like you were carrying the relationship by yourself. This person also needs to do some shadow work in regards to how they handle pressure. How they handle pressure and how they handle certain situations they feel are not going in their favor. There are some things that they've done out of their shadow self that they're ashamed of. They're ashamed to admit. And for a few of you, they're even ashamed of how they left you to deal with certain things alone. But they're thinking about you a lot, wondering if you miss them as much as they miss you. At the top of the deck, we have reconciliation. So I do see them coming back in. They feel like their life is better with you in it. So they're contemplating at the moment. Contemplating, wondering what would be the best approach. And see, they need to just be themselves. If they truly want to come in and reconnect with you, they need to just be genuine. Like I said, it's all about what it looks like with them. For example, they don't want to look like a simp. They don't want to look like they're hard up for a man, hard up for a woman. They don't want to appear vulnerable. Even though on the inside, they're broken and shattered and mental conflict. It's all about what it looks like or all about how people view them. They care way too much about what people think. And I don't care if they do say that they don't care what anyone thinks of them. Yes, they do. They do. Because deep down, they want to be accepted. They want to be accepted by the people around them. They want to be accepted by society. They feel like they don't fit in deep down. So they need to learn to be themselves instead of who or what everyone else wants them to be. There's someone who has way too much influence over this person. They also need to work on how they process certain things when they are under a lot of pressure. The way that they behave under pressure. And it's coming out like there are times when they come off like there's nothing that they need to change. Like they don't have inner darkness. Like everyone else is the problem. That's another thing that they need to work on. Give me one more card. What's behind this person's silence? We have fights. So they do want to fight for this, okay? But the two of you may have had an argument, or there was some type of conflict that they keep thinking about, okay? And with the card coming out crossing, they could feel like they took things too far, or they could feel like they did something that they can't come back from. Almost like it's no excuse for it. With hot and cold being at the bottom of the deck, they know that you deserve better than their hot and cold behavior. And look at this. We have choices and threes of crowd. I'm telling you, someone influences all of this person's decisions. And they're torn. I feel like it's someone who's a bit, what's the word? It's someone who makes it seem as though they mean well, and they could very much mean well. But they're always speaking negativity into this person. Like, for example, they're always questioning this person's decisions. It's like they don't trust this person to make the right choices on their own. It's someone who thinks that they're always right. Like they know what is best for this person. They could tell them, okay, I tried to tell you, I warned you, you're going to regret it. Or they're the I told you so person. I don't know who this is, but it's an I told you so person. Someone who tries to make this person think that they know their life better than they do, or they know what's best for them. But they've influenced this person in a negative way. And it actually makes them feel torn. It confuses them. They need to learn to think for themselves. This doesn't make any sense. So yeah, they're feeling broken. They can't stop their racing thoughts. They feel as though they're losing the love of their life. They know that you deserve better, but they also feel as though you are their other half. Life is better with you in it, okay? That's the reason why they want to reconcile with you. They're admiring you from a distance at the moment. And also, the distance is actually making this person more obsessed with you. There's a part of them that feels as though they took something too far, But there's another part of them that feels as though the two of you still have unfinished business. They're aware that you've lost hope in the connection, or that you're losing hope. They want to surprise you by showing you that they can do better. They have been talking to someone, telling them that you're the person that they want to spend the rest of their life with. But like I said before, there are sacrifices that they need to make in order for them to make healthy changes, in order for them to progress when it comes to their life, but they're not completely ready to make those sacrifices. They're going to come in wanting a new beginning with you. It's going to be important for you to keep your guard up. Even if they don't come in with an actual love offer, I feel like they're going to come in trying to at least build a friendship first, in hopes of the two of you building from there. Whether they are single or whether they are connecting with another person, nobody else has their attention the way that you do. Now, I'm not saying that they're giving you the attention directly, but in reality, in actuality, it's indirect, meaning they're thinking about you all the time. They don't think about anyone else the way that they think about you. They could be spying on you a lot. They don't spy on anyone else the way that they spy on you. They could be talking about you a lot. When they're around certain people, the main thing that they talk about is you. It's indirect. You have this person's attention indirectly in a way that you're not really aware of. They're admitting that they lied to you in the initial stages of the connection, but they were afraid that they were going to lose you. And so instead of being honest, they tried to fake it until they made it. But the mask fell off and you ended up seeing this person for who they truly are. They are under pressure right now to make a move toward you. But they're worried that what they have to offer is not enough. So many of you will have a choice to make when this person comes back in. If you do decide that you want to reconcile with them, it's going to be so important for you to take things slow. This could be a twin flame connection for some of you. If it's not, I feel like you just have a deep soul connection with them. Could definitely be a soulmate. But regardless, this person feels as though you are their other half. Do not allow them to come back in to your heart space with unlimited access to you. Your boundaries are for your protection, because this is someone who doesn't always make the right choices. There's actually someone else behind the scenes calling the shots. All right. And this person isn't allowed to make certain decisions without a certain person's input. And I had to kind of laugh, saying they're not allowed when they're an adult. So they want to take control of the situation between the two of you, but they don't even have control over their own life. Make it make sense. So yeah, keep your guard up. Keep your guard up, and do not allow this person fully back into your heart space until they prove themselves and until they make the necessary sacrifices to give you the healthy, beautiful commitment that you deserve. All right. And so that is the reading, everyone. If you guys resonated with this, or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time. Bye.